Semantic means to have meaning. Semantic HTML is a collection of HTML tags that have inbuilt function and meaning, which we can use to organise and structure the content we want to present on our websites. Let's take a moving house analogy. If I only use one tag, let's say a div, we will talk more about you later, and the div is, in this analogy, my box label. I spend the entire day lugging around very heavy boxes. I'm totally exhausted by the end of the day, and I just want to make a coffee. But where is the coffee machine? It could be in any one of the hundreds of boxes, and I honestly don't have the energy or the inclination to try and find it. Instead, if I label the boxes correctly from the start with the rooms that they belong in, then I've suddenly cut down the number of boxes I need to look in. I'll get my coffee, and I won't be so irritable. So why is semantic HTML important? Well, it makes pages much more accessible for people who use screen readers, those that navigate with voice, and it makes your site much easier for bots to index for SEO purposes. Did you know that there are over 100 HTML tags? But fear not, just knowing a few will get you a long way. Today we're going to talk about just 7 semantic elements that you can use for structuring your website. We'll start with the header. Usually found at the top of the page, this might contain an image, a company logo, a search bar, and a way to navigate your site. Then we have the nav, which is often found at the top of the page inside the header, although it doesn't need to be there. It lists links that help you to navigate to different parts of your site, either different pages or different parts of the same page. And on mobiles, this is often included in a hamburger menu icon. Then we have the footer, which is at the bottom of the page. It often contains links to various legal documents, help, frequently asked questions, contact information, and maybe even social icons. Then we have the main element. There should only be one of these per page, and it should contain the content that's the focus of your page, be that news articles, blog posts, item for sale, or a mishmash of all of the above. Then we have asides, and these are often used for sidebars. They can include content that is indirectly related to the content in your main tag, and they're also commonly used to show adverts. Sections can be thought of like chapters of a book. They divide your content up, and each one should have its own heading. And an article tag should be used if the content can stand by itself. Examples of this are blog posts, news articles, and other forms of independent content. If it can be lifted out and placed in another context and still make sense on its own, then an article tag is appropriate. And last but not least, a special mention do go to divs. These are non-semantic, they have absolutely no meaning, and where possible you should use semantic tags. However, they are important if you have 2 sections, for example, and wanted to position them side by side, then a div would be the right thing to use here. Divs are great for grouping items for the purpose of layouts, especially if you're using things like Flexbox. So it's fine to use divs, just don't use them for everything. So there you have it. 7 semantic tags you can use for structuring your website, plus 1 non-semantic tag that is good for layouts. I really appreciate you watching this video. If you liked what you saw, please feel free to like and subscribe. It really does help my channel. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!